sausage feel. We got football going on, and it's also the Teacher Appreciation Night. So we obviously love to see our seniors get involved and appreciate teachers that made a big difference in their high school careers. As we've seen Rand Assad nominate Coach Bush, Chase Gruth is nominating Miss Senora Sol, the Spanish teacher at Swampscott High. We've also seen
Vaughn Hazel.
There's Vaughn Hazel, I believe, under screen now.
No.
Who is
Vaughn
that?
Hazel nominated Varlio Teles Vilches, another Spanish teacher at the school, and Will Bush nominated, I believe that's going to be Miss Lav.
Wow. Congratulations to all the teachers who've been nominated, of course, and we obviously appreciate everyone as they've been hard athletes working for hard, and now this is the moment they've worked for the 4 years that they've been here.
It is indeed. Even the cheerleaders are going to have teacher appreciation, and not just the football players, as we're going to be seeing Timmy Bailey be nominated as well, the Metco director, and also kind of like a friend to just about everyone in the school.
Next up we have Liz Yakov. She is nominated Mr. Rover.
As we see Mr. Rovi get nominated as well, the band teacher and
the band director.
Band director is the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Going to be nominated by cheerlead squad captain Janaris.
Next up is Alice Yakov. She is nominated Miss Zipper.
So we see Miss Zipper, the middle school 8th grade English teacher, I believe, Joey.
That is going to be correct. She's been a teacher for quite some time.
Absolutely.
I believe well over a decade at the Swampscott Middle School.
Next up we have Paul Casamino. He is nominated Mr. Cat Early.
Going to be another nomination here.
That is Paul Casamino nominating. I believe that is, who is that, Joey? Do you have any idea?
I do not. I've actually never seen that guy around the school before. Unfortunate that we do not know his name.
That was Mr. Whalen, actually history teacher for the Swampscott High School, get nominated.
Mr. Franklin has a nomination. He teaches multiple classes of AP Lang and English, and he's been yet again a teacher at well over a decade here at Swampscott High School before actually being a professor at a college and getting his law degree. We got a lot of nominations here, and I do believe there are still maybe one or two more.
Next up we have Sam Moscoso. He is nominated Mrs. Bender.
And again, another nomination. I
So it
believe
looks
it
like
was
Miss Bander, another AP history teacher for Swampscott High School and teaching, I believe, AP World History, correct, Joey?
That is indeed correct, along with just teaching, I think, one class of world history as well, just normal world history. The only teacher in which I haven't seen today is a math teacher.
No math teacher. Let's see if that changes.
Mr. Crocker was nominated, who teaches, I believe, what does he teach?
Teaches computer science as well as AP Physics.
That is correct, and he also does robotics as well, an extracurricular. So, because he sadly couldn't be here tonight,
So
Mr. Franklin, a backup nominee,
of course,
is going to be here. multiple people nominated Mr. Roby yet again. Simon Brown, and more. Sorry, I couldn't catch their names, but I know multiple of them are actually part of his band that he has here at Swampscott High School. And Simon Brown is a part of the about halftime show that we do here with the band, a part of Turtle on a String. That's going to be 4 nominations for Mr. Roby.
What a night for Mr. Roby.
And that is going to be it for all our teacher nominations. Thank you yet again to all our teachers for all they've done for us throughout the years. Our 4 years of high school is definitely one of the most important years of our life. And Absolutely. It really helps set us up for further down the line.
And make sure to stay tuned as we have 7.5 minutes till the game starts. And we'll also be joining you for a pregame interview, so stay tuned.
fans going to be cheering. Sorry, it's going to be might be a little bit hard to hear us down here, but as we are now down officially on Blox's Fields, this game will be starting in about circa 11 and a half minutes now. I'm down here with my co-announcer, as I'm Joseph Blood. This is Paul Varvunes. And before we get into today's game, Paul would like to share some notes.
Thank you, Joey. I'm expecting a big game here out of Swampscott. The Big Blues starting the season off to sort of a slow start with a bad loss against St. Mary's. They've been bouncing back with a statement win last week against the Fishermen. The Big Blues looking to prove themselves tonight and see what they're capable of. Come out running. It's going to be a good game here as we'll cut it back up and stay with us soon.
And welcome to the official beginning of the game here tonight. It is, I believe, October 17th. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. But yeah, we're going to be expecting a great game here today. Winthrop and Gloucester. Not Gloucester, my apologies. Gloucester was last week. Sorry, folks. I'm still way excited about that game because that was a crazy outcome. But yeah, Gloucester and Swampscott today. Not Gloucester. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I'm just so stuck on that game.
This could be Winthrop there, Jones. I'm going to
Winthrop,
cut you
I'm
off.
so sorry.
The Big Blue looking to take on the Vikings here after a statement win against the Fishermen, winning by one score, being able to hold off, running out that fourth quarter. A great win there. That was a big test out of the Big Blue, defeating the undefeated Fishermen. As we are underway with the kickoff, the Big Blue will start with the ball. As the kickoff goes out of bounds, that's going to be a flag. I believe they're going to be starting on the 40-yard line there, Joey. That is absolutely not what you want to do if you're the Vikings.
That is going to be true. Sorry about that at the beginning there. What I was trying to get across is that Winthrop has a record of 1-4, while Swampscott has a record of 3-2. So this game could go either way, honestly, as I do believe they're both pretty great teams from what I've seen. Gloucester has some great tricky plays that Winthrop has some great tricky plays that might trick up Swampscott more than they've ever been done before during the season, maybe even last season. So there's a chance that Winthrop will be able to actually take things away here and even get us started right on. They're going to go straight into it. Swampscott's ready, down on the ball.
See Delano in motion.
It's going to be a pass to a run. It's going to go along the left side. It's not going to be for great yardage. It's going to be a run. A lot of whistles being blown to signify the end of the play as some players kept staying in it.
It's going to be an HB toss on the left side there, Joey. Trying to get the run game going. Once the Big Blue get the run game with Bush in the backfield going, it's all but over for Swampscott, as they have been great with the run game. Will Bush, the senior captain as well, one of two captains for the Big Blue, has done a great job as we see 2nd down and 8.
That is true, as Will Bush and Bascon, both great players for running here and doing whatever it needs to be done, whenever it needs to be done. Both are great. Quick pass. That's going to be great yardage there.
Great catch out of Duffy as he's brought down for a good gain here for the Big Blue.
That was a great play there from Swampscott. Swampscott has done phenomenal so far, even though it's just the beginning. A little less than a minute already into it, and we're still already seeing some pretty good stuff from the Big Blue.
That's a good start. It's gonna be they did get the first down, so the Big Blue are going to keep the drive going as they break the huddle. And let's see what they come out here on first down, Joey.
Yet again, the Big Blue going down. Same formation as it seemed on their first drive.
Big Blue love this formation, Joey.
This time, Bascon's going to come around. Same play, it seems as if, but just going along the right side. Looking for someone to keep his blocks. He's going to try and go around.
Wow, he's going.
To slip through. No one's on him. He's completely free. He's far, and he goes close. That's going to be at least
That's around a 30-yard gain there, Joey. So we're going to take a look at the replay. This was very risky. Not many players will do that, Joey. So see Bascon going backwards. Like, he believes in himself, and that's what's so special about Bascon. Being able to trust his gut, seeing that there's no one on the left side, just making the play for the Big Blues. That's going to be a statement made out of Bascon, showing that he is elite and he is the best player on this field.
High risk, high reward, and Bascon is that type of player to take that risk and almost always guarantee
every
that
time,
reward.
Joey, every time.
Every single time. It's great to see the chemistry between the two. Vombardo's going to take it away yet again, giving it just behind him over to Bush. Bush is going to get taken down before he can make any yardage whatsoever. It might be maybe just 1 yard or even a loss of a yard here, but I believe it's going to be staying the same.
No gain there, Joey, as it's great by the defensive line out of the Vikings, forcing the offensive line not being able to get much protection for Bush as he's brought down. Big Blue going to have 2nd and long here. Let's see what they come up with.
Big Blue are known for their creative plays that we were able to see last game, actually. They had some of the most crazy but working plays last game.
See Delano, Bascon, and Duffy on the right side of the screen. It's going to be a handoff once again.
Going to go straight through the middle. It's going to actually be a good play as the offensive line is going to do a great job at blocking everyone around them there. That was great to see from Assad and Morris, just allowing him to slip through and pushing off all the guys on his side so we could just slip through that middle pocket.
Still going to be a small gain there. It's going to be 3rd and mid, I believe, for the Big Blue.
believe you're going to be right about that, Paul. The Big Blue, they definitely have a chance to do something here. They definitely can get that first down. Question is, will they?
Even if they don't, they could. It's going to be a far field goal, so they might be in 4-down territory here, Joey, as we see Delano in motion once again for the Big Blue.
It's going to be a pass from Bombarda. Caught by Delano. Delano went quite far with it, almost pretty much shrugging off that entire push from number 5 from Winthrop. Paul, can you remind me who that is? Because I do believe you
number 5
studied the
for
roster.
absolutely. The number 5 is going to be Dolan, the senior captain for the Vikings. As that might not have been the biggest play there. Obviously, the Swampscott love going deep, getting these fancy plays with Bascon. You can't forget about Delano. With his size at the tight end position and being able to catch the ball as well, you always have to expect a big game out of him. And even on defense, he is electric.
Delano, at least being 6'2", is a sneaky giant as he's able to somehow get along the side with no one on him. Play's going to be over before it even started. Great defense there from Winthrop. They just pushed straight on through. No one was there to stop them, and immediately Bush went down.
So we're going to see 2nd and long here out of the Big Blue. Obviously being able to pick it up last time with the play to Delano. We've seen him in motion a couple of times. I think that's what the Big Blue are going to try to build off of here.
Big Blue definitely have some sort of plan in mind. Being 2nd and 12 isn't the best position to be in, as you did have a loss of yards, so you're now kind of in the negatives here for your gain-wise.
But it's been an impressive drive so far out of the Big Blue, if I do say so myself.
It has, and as things are looking, Bombarda's going to look for someone to pass to.
We'll check it down.
Almost there, I believe. Did he pass it over to Bascon?
That was Bush there, Joe, in the check down with the running back. As Bombarda going through his seams, not being able to find him. I believe Delano was trying to get open as the safety rolled over and picked him up. Great play from the Winthrop defense.
3rd and 15. I don't know if the Big Blue will be able to do this play and actually get that first down or
well,
touchdown.
You never know.
You can never assume.
You can't count out the Big Blue. You can never count out the Big Blue. No matter how impossible it may seem, they are a great team, and they deserve a playoff spot. And that's what they're going to be fighting for, as a win here against the Vikings would definitely help out their seeding. As we're going to see a timeout called, I believe, by Winthrop. That's going to be their first of the game, an early timeout there, Joey.
It is indeed, with little over 4 minutes, I do believe so, and just into this game. Already a timeout, especially during the first quarter, which is crazy to see there. It is going to be a timeout from Winthrop, but it's going to give the players a time to rejuvenate themselves, as
Vikings do need some help defensively. They need to regroup. Obviously, keep in mind it's 3 timeouts per half. So timeouts in the first half are not that crazy, but in the second half, you do not want to use any of your timeouts unless you absolutely have to.
That's usually how the game goes, Paul, as we've been able to see in the past couple of games that they've been here and away games, whatever it may be. They usually only use 1 or 2 timeouts max during the first half, but usually the Big Blue use all 3 during the second.
See the Big Blue huddle. We see Bascon, Bombarda, White, Duffy, even Morrison there. A couple of the key players there. Swampscott coming out for the 3rd and long.
They're going to be down. They're going to be ready for it. Big Blue's going to look and count on the pass here. Just going straight through. Bombarda with a great pass.
There goes Gruthius.
Gruthius making his way. This could be potential first down for Swampscott.
And the ball is loose. Recovered by Winthrop.
Unfortunate fumble there for Gruthius, but it does put Winthrop in an unfortunate position, to say the least, as they were right on the goal line, which could give the Big Blue a safety.
Well, you have to keep in mind, Joey, that was that's not even about the position, as you may not see as much offensively. That's just stopping the Big Blue. They had all that momentum thanks to Bascon, thanks to Delano, and it's just wiped away, and the Vikings are going to get a chance to drive down the field. Horrendous play out of the Big Blue. You know Coach Bush is furious after that one.
If I were the Vikings, I would try and get out of their position as they are right now, because, as I said, they can have a safety put on them, which is definitely not favorable for any team.
So the Vikings, I'm going to assume a run here, try to get a couple yards to give them a little bit more room. Keep in mind that Big Blue defensive line is electric as well. The Big Blue are doing a great job of an all-around team. There's not really one area where they're lacking, as every area they work on in practice, and I know how hard they work, and they've prepared for this moment, Joey.
Yet again, the Big Blue are a second-half team, so if it seems they're acting like Chihuahuas here, they're going to be great Danes later on.
So it's going to be an HB screen, I believe, to number 5, the senior captain Dolan once again for the Vikings. It's going to be 2nd and mid, I believe.
They're going to be around 2nd and mid. Yet again, already crazy things from both teams and great plays from both just during this first quarter. This is going to be quite the game, I can already tell. Big Blue's already ready. They already know what defensive play they're going to run and how they're going to see if they can counter Winthrop. Maybe even push them far enough back to the point where they have nothing to do but punt. And even, hopefully, they're going to try to stop this drive in its entirety, just like they do every other time. And if they can, we're going to be seeing a really good game here tonight, folks. Bascon right on the ball, doesn't get it, gets pushed over. It's going to be taken down by multiple players. Those players being Swike, I believe Assad, even players such as Lucas. They're all on the field here tonight. Took three of Big Blue to put that guy down.
So you're going to see 3rd and mid coming up here, Joey, for the Vikings. Not much about the offensive drive there. It's just about stopping the Big Blue offense right in their tracks thanks to the fumble by Gruthius.
Might be best for the Winthrop
Fans
Vikings
are going loud here, Joey. This is when they need to be loud.
This
Swampscott needs some help.
Need to be loud indeed.
Quarterback for the Vikings, Charlie Ferreira. As flag thrown, that's going to be a false start, and that's going to send them back 5 yards.
Going to be on Winthrop. That's going to be great for Swampscott. They're going to be 3rd and 10 now. Horrible position to be putting themselves in. That's going to be probably what Winthrop coaches are not wanting at all.
It's going to be even harder for the Vikings now, as now you may see a safety here, Joey, very far back, needing a pass. Obviously, the Big Blue fans starting to get in the heads of the Vikings. This is what they do best. With a chance like that, you can't do that. That's how you really trigger some of the Vikings players, and that's what ultimately causes mistakes.
It might be best in the Vikings' mind right now to try and maybe go for a pass just to see if they can get it long enough to get out of that 3rd and 9
You also have to keep
range.
in mind, Joey, you can't play aggressive. If you go for a pass, a pick, that's likely a pick 6, and they take it back. You could see a run here and just punt the ball back and sort of accept that you couldn't get anything going that drive, and just good job stopping them by the defense.
Both of those
Or they could go
are
for the
indeed
first down.
true.
Let's see what they do here.
They're going to go for a run around the right side, I do believe.
And it's brought down.
It's going to be about 4th and 4 right now, maybe even 4th and 2. Chances are they're going to punt, but they also might go for it being that close.
Absolutely not, Joey. They're on their own 18-yard line. A going for it would be a very aggressive call. Likely not what we're going to see here. But you never know. We've seen some fake punts as well.
I've seen a lot crazier
as the
things
punt
here on the
team
field.
goes out for the Vikings.
All right, so you were indeed correct. We're going to be seeing a punt here. Our returner is going to be, I believe that...
Noah Bascon for the Big Blue, as always.
Bascon yet again. Let's see if he can pull off the same trick and stunt that he pulled off last week against Gloucester.
Great punt out of the Vikings.
It was a great punt as they were able to stay right on it. It's not going to set the Big Blue back too far, though, putting them at the, I believe...
Still some solid position there at around the 45-yard line, Joey. But that was a good punt. Got some distance, especially within their own 10-yard line, forcing the Big Blue to start at around the 50, especially coming off of a pick and not even giving Bascon a chance to take the return. That was best-case scenario out of the Vikings there.
Chances are they did watch a ton of film, so they know what Bascon is capable of. They are expecting it. They are expecting everything they can expect here from some of the highlighted players.
But they're not always just worried about one player. Keep in mind, Bascon gets thrown the ball by Vombarda, who's been great at extending the play, rolling out, even taking it himself a little bit. So Vombarda is definitely a threat. Bascon's a threat. Delano is a threat. This Big Blue offense is a threat to any team they face.
That is indeed true, but as we know, we are all humans. We all face bias and put some people in priority of others. So maybe these players could be focusing on Bascon, hence why they actually let Delano get that sneaky throw straight over to him on the right side, unprotected completely, while there were 3 players on Bascon.
Winthrop sending a blitz.
Pass, it's going to be incomplete pass. Try to get it over to Bascon. Unfortunately, did not get it.
As we're going to take a look at that replay, as I'm going to walk you through here. So we see Vikings, one of the middle linebacker getting ready, tying that up perfectly, unprotected, put the pressure on Vombarda, and ultimately had to make a tough throw that he couldn't connect with Bascon on, just letting it go quick. Great play out of the Vikings defense.
It was probably one of the better plays we've seen here tonight from them, as that blitz actually worked, unlike the last time. How many blitzes do you get in one half ball?
Not as much. It's just as much as the team wants to, and if it works, then there's no reason to stop. Bombarda rolling out right. Has some time. Nice move, Bombarda.
Bombarda might go for it. He's looking crazy enough to try and do something. There were definitely players open, but the pressure on Bombarda did not put him in the best position.
Bombarda rolling out right. Obviously can't do anything cross-body. The only target that he could have hit was Gruthius, and it looked like Gruthius was covered pretty well. So Bombarda just has to take himself and try not to lose the ball or do anything crazy.
Gruthius
We'd have third and long.
Gruthius and the Bascon were the only people left with just one person around them, while other players did have one person on them, but it would have been a cross body, as you did mention, so it wouldn't have worked the best for Bombarda. Going to be 3rd and 9 here with the Big Blue. It's going to be yet again another pass from Bombarda. He's going to probably look for Delano as he's open.
Great blocking by the offensive line. It's caught by Duffy.
Duffy with a great pass, gets past 3 players before being taken down by 2 that he just rammed into. That's going to be a first down for the Big Blue with about a 15, maybe 17-yard gain.
We're going to take a look at that replay as we aren't going to see the Bombarda, but Bombarda, great blocking by the offensive line. 1 seam, 2 seam, 3 seam, not there. Great blocking where Bombarda doesn't have to freak out, and he just finds his open man, Duffy, and it's an easy play right there.
That was great all around from every single player. Delano and Duffy were both open by yards with at least 5, maybe even 7 yards between the 2 players, between the person defending him and the person that's trying to be able to receive. Bombarda and Big Blue were in a perfect position. As we're going to get right back into it here. It's going to be a run from Bush. Bush is going to slip and be taken down.
First down. Big Blue not going to be able to get anything. It's going to be 2nd and long here for the Big Blue. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
It's going to be around 2nd and 14 for the Big Blue. Definitely not the best position the Big Blue want to be in, as they already lost the ball once. They're not going to want to do it again.
As the Big Blue have been struggling on first down a little bit, having a couple plays, but it's to be 2nd and long here out of the Big Blue. Running game has not been going yet. As we see Bombarda taking the snap, Bush in the backfield. Let's see what they can do here. As we see another blitz, nice time by Winthrop.
Bombarda with a great pass.
Wide open.
Delano yet again being sneaky, rams into a player, absolutely gets through 2 players before being driven off the side. Great there from Delano. Yet again, as I said, he's not being prioritized. He needs to start being prioritized by Winthrop, because if this keeps happening, things are going to go wrong.
Obviously, Delano, a big body, 5'11", 200 pounds out of Delano, being able to just truck over any defender he pleases. And that's going to be another first down. We've seen a great game out of Delano so far, being very involved in this offense.
Delano's being like a crazy monster on a rampage right now against Winthrop. We're going to probably be seeing a lot more blockage on him, since they've let 2 passes of his just get into first downs, slip through the line, just get past all their players. We're going to be getting into it right now. Big Blue goes for a fake run. Almost a pass over to Gruthius. Hit the ground.
Thrown.
Almost got it. Flag on the play.
Bombarda missed him there. Flag. I didn't see, Joe. Did you catch that?
It is going to be on Swampscott.
To be intentional grounding out of the Big Blue, and that's going to send him back pretty far. It's going to be, I believe, 1st and very long there, Joey.
It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Big Blue. That's not a good position to be in.
Flag thrown. Bombarda brought down. I believe it might have been a holding. Let's see.
It is going to indeed be holding on the Big Blue.
Another Vikings blitz. The Big Blue are starting to play the Vikings game here a little bit, Joey.
Let's take a look at the Big Blue, see if we can find out where the holding was.
Might have been on number 56, Delicio. Obviously not being able to directly tell. That's from my perspective. Could be very well be wrong. I'm not 100% sure there, Joey.
This is going to be 1st and 25 for the Big Blue. They got to go a whole quarter of this football field just to get a first down. If they can do this, then they can definitely score that touchdown at the end of the field.
Definitely a unique situation. I'm almost certain we haven't seen this out of the Big Blue yet.
I don't know if I'd call it unique. I think I'd call it a bad situation for the Big Blue. This is probably one of Winthrop's favorite crazy dreams.
Lombardo's taking it back. Ruthius.
Ruthius completely open. No one guarding him. Yet again, we see that exact same type of thing with Delano that they were doing earlier on. Winthrop not being able to guard the correct player at the correct time. Lombardo being able to just look around. 1, 2, 3. Finds 3 being Ruthius.
Big Blue
Great play from the Big Blues. They're going to be 2nd and 6.
Big Blue definitely doing a great job with the passing game. Great passing. Bombarda very efficient with the ball. Finding his targets, finding Ruthius, finding Delano, finding Bascom.
The Big Blue know that they got this in the bag right now. I can feel it. I can feel it on the field that they know that they have this. They believe they can do this. It's 2nd and 6. They're going to go for another fake run. Pass over. Yet again, that's going to be another flag on the play on the carry. There's a carry by, I believe that's going to be Delano.
This is another flag on the Big Blue. It's going to be very tragic. Seen a lot of penalties out of the Big Blue this drive.
It's going to be holding yet again on the Big Blue.
On the offense. That's going to send them back another 5 yards. The Big Blue are definitely going to hate running this off in practice the next day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I just know it. When I played freshman year, oh, Lord, I hated seeing those flags. It's going to bring them to 2nd and 16. It should. It's going to set them back about 10 yards.
Penalty there, Joey.
I believe it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout, Swampscott. They need to regroup. They need to take a breath. They need to calm down. Make sure they can't afford another flag. These flags have been killing them, Joey. What else have you seen?
Yeah, these flags have really been doing them wrong. The coach are going to talk to the players, tell them, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. Let's improve. Let's play better. Let's play the best we can against this team because this is what we need. This is what we want. This is how it's going to go down. The Big Blue just need a breather here. They just need to figure out what they have to do to be able to change what's happening right now because these flags, as you did say, are killing them, putting them deeper and deeper into the grave, and the Big Blue just keeps on digging and digging.
Keep in mind, it was also 1st and 25 in this drive. That absolutely cannot happen if you're the Big Blue.
And it went from 1st and 25
to 2nd and 6,
and then
now
2nd
and 16.
Definitely not good for the Big Blue. The Big Blue just got to show the passion and the love for the game, and they just got to put in what they can and get this 1st down and continue this drive all the way into the end, bringing the score to 6-0 until, I believe, Will Rowe, who was a phenomenal kicker last time, with 100% accuracy in all his kicks last game.
We also have to keep in mind, Joey, because of the consistency we've seen out of Rowe, the Big Blue have not gone for field goals because of a lack of kicker consistency. We could see some field goals out of the Big Blue this game.
We could indeed. It is always great to have this is probably one of the first years in a long time that they've had a consistent kicker with 100% accuracy in every game. Ruthius, yet again, unguarded. I don't understand what could be going through.
Vikings pass defense has been getting annihilated out of the Big Blue.
I don't know what they could be thinking here. They just leave every time. It's either Ruthius or Delano, I swear. It's like they're scared of him sometimes, I feel.
Definitely not appealing, guys. If you see them on the field, you're definitely going to be initially afraid of them. Not sure
quite
what
intimidated.
Else goes. But it has to be intimidating, right? Seeing how hard they work and seeing the film on them, knowing what they can do, it has to be intimidating to anyone. It's going to be 3rd and 11, I believe.
Yeah, as they are pretty tall, big, and strong. It definitely would be intimidating on the field. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Big Blue, with just 50 seconds left in this quarter.
Bascon in motion. Winthrop with another blitz.
Another pass for VB. Bombarda's going to run for it on his own, make his way up. Spin doesn't go so successfully. Gets crowded by at least 5 guys. It's going to be some gainage on the carry. Probably going to be about 4th and... It's going to be 4th and 3. The Big Blue might go for it. They might not. Or maybe, as you said, they could try and even go for a very long field goal.
I don't know about a field goal. A field goal here would be from 37 yards. So let's see what they do here on 4th down.
Not favorable, but still possible. I think it is in their best interest to go for it.
4th and 2 coming up for the Big Blue.
Feel the quarter is going to end right now. It's going to be 0-0, Winthrop and the Big Blue.
Big Blue in their huddle, needing to regroup. They definitely want to score out of this drive. This drive has been all over the place for the Big Blue. Starting at around the 50, getting pushed back, first and 25, second and 6, and then it's just been crazy. But we are in the second quarter now, so make sure to stay tuned and we'll catch you right back for the second quarter. We're going to see 4th and 2 here. Let's see what the Big Blue can do. Obviously needing a conversion here. Let's see what they do. Bombarda, Delano, and Bush in the backfield. Fakes it. Delano open for the first down. Going outside. He's in. Touchdown, Swampscott. Doyle Delano for the Big Blue.
Yet again, Winthrop just proving my point. They fail, and as you said, they are failing to guard the correct players as they're leaving a lot of these players just open. Delano for a quick pick.
Uncovered, Joey. It was crazy how there's absolutely no one around him.
Delano just a
in
beast.
The backfield, going out for the pass, turning around. I think he was kind of surprised at how open he was there, being able to make the play, going outside for the easy 6 points.
Slip between the line and a player on his right side, able to just slip straight along, pretty much just sliding into the end zone for a touchdown. That's going to be great here. As we're going to be seeing, isn't that Will Rowe, Paul, for
Will Rowe for the Big Blue. As the kick is going to be, I believe, blocked. I didn't quite catch that, Joey. Go for it.
It quite indeed was blocked by Winthrop, which is one of the first times I've ever seen that. And I've been doing this for 3 years. That's probably the first time I've actually seen that in general. Not in general, but, you know, throughout those 3 years against the Big Blue.
Let's see. We have a penalty against the Vikings. That's going to give the Big Blue another chance. So, let's see Rowe with another attempt. Let's see if he can actually get a kickoff this time. Rowe with a second chance. And the kick is up. And it's good. 7-0 for the Big Blue after the touchdown by Doyle Delano. As we're going to see the Vikings get their first real drive. Obviously, the first drive starting within their own 10-yard line. Not ideal, but it was because of the defensive stop by Gruthius. The defensive stop on Gruthius, excuse me, with the forced fumble. And we're going to see what the Vikings can do here, Joey. What have you taken away so far from this game?
Honestly, sorry, I'm just trying. It's crazy to me how they just leave Delano or Gruthius. It's always one or the other.
The pass game has been unlocked
so far. I'm just trying to think of why they would be doing that and maybe why they're not changing up their plays to try and keep at least one player on one of them at all times at least. Maybe even trying to convert them into being closer to each other so we can at least have one player on them in case one does catch. Delano and Gruthius both a force to reckon with so far tonight.
You see Rowe, the kicker, once again for the Big Blue. Liked what I've seen out of him, especially because I believe he's a sophomore, Joey. Correct me if I'm
only
wrong.
A sophomore. That is indeed correct. And playing on varsity as only a sophomore.
Especially the kicker position as well. Not easy.
Over the
As
pass.
the kick is up, and it rolls out of bounds. That's going to hurt the Big Blue. Flat thrown. They're going to start on their 40-yard line.
Will Rowe is still a good kicker, though, as over the past few years, we've had a lot of ambiguity between kickers over the past few years. Multiple different, I believe, 3 different kickers every year for the past 3 years. This one being Will Rowe having the best record so far and actually making field goals, PATs, whatever they can, with about 100% accuracy.
Looks like we're going to be taking the kickoff again. Might have been a flag against the Vikings. Not sure how you can get a penalty against the Vikings on a kickoff, but let's see what they do here on the second attempt. Rowe given 2 second chances on first the PAT getting blocked, and now on the kickoff after going out of bounds. Will Rowe's been playing with a little bit of fire, but let's see what he does here with this second chance on the kickoff.
Rowe definitely dipping his toes into some uncharted category. The ball's going to go
What a kick.
beyond far. Amazing kick, around 50 yards maybe.
Going inside and brought down. Great tackle out of Ty Bush. See the Big Blue defense going onto the field now. 20 seconds into the second quarter, the Big Blue up 7-0.
Pretty good run there from Captain Sean Dolan there from Winthrop. He was just brought down too soon.
In motion, handoff going inside, and it's brought down for a small gain, if anything.
This is going to be exceptional here for the Big Blue right now. They were able to get their first thing down. They're able to go all the way from one side of the field to the other, showing that they still own this field. They own this field, and no one is going to take it from them, just like they did last week against Gloucester, being a 5-0 team, winning against that right there. They're going to try and do this again here tonight, bringing the score up by a ton. They're going to definitely, yet again, remember, this is a second half team. Whatever performance you're seeing here tonight, it's going to be done better tenfold in just about 20 minutes.
Snap taken, handoff on the left side. Get some room to go. He's going outside. He might be gone. Still going on his feet. Untouched, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Vikings with the answer. Not even 2 minutes into the second quarter there, Joey.
That is going to be a great run from Winthrop, as unfortunately we do not have the player on our roster, which definitely sucks to see. Being player number 0, we start at 2. Unfortunate that we do not have the player's name, but still props to Winthrop for being able to actually do that. That was quite the play. That was pretty much like Noah Bascons from last game against
Absolutely.
Gloucester. You love to see it when it's your own team.
I'd hate to see it when it's against your team, as we're going to see a PAT taken here out of the Vikings. Kick is up and good. It's a tie game here, ladies and gentlemen, with the score being 7-7 from the Big Blue and the Vikings, as we're going to see the Big Blue offense get another chance. The pass game, Joey, has been elite out of Swampscott. What do they need to do to keep this going?
This game specifically?
Absolutely.
I believe Swampscott, their defense is pretty good, but I think they definitely would have needed to up it there on that play. I definitely think, I don't really have many notes for Swampscott, actually. They're doing pretty good all around. I definitely think that maybe the O-line could do a little bit better on blitzes, as half the time they get a little bit through. But other than that, everyone on the field's been doing a great job. Winthrop just needs to block a little more for Swampscott to actually completely shut down and prevent the Big Blue from doing anything whatsoever. Maybe they'll pick that up, and this game could change tides entirely, and Winthrop will be in lead from some point on.
Absolutely, Joey, as the Big Blue have definitely targeting their receivers on some design plays, especially that last touchdown. We saw Delano take 2 steps, turn around, and he's gone. Those are the targeted plays that if the Vikings aren't going to answer, you're going to take every single day of the week there, Joey.
Winthrop, the Vikings, they just got to kind of put a stop to these shenanigans that the Big Blue is just able to somehow do right in front of them. They might be away, but they still could own this field tonight.
As the kick is up, it's going to be low and recovered from Delano, I believe. Big truck as he's going to run over someone as he's going to go out of bounds at around the 38-yard line.
That is going to be a pretty good starting point for the Big Blue, just around what looks to be not 100% sure, but I think it's like the 25-yard line exactly, actually, for the Big Blue. This is going to be quite good for them, actually. Oh,
It's actually looking
never
like the 35 there, Joey, thanks to the return by Delano. As we see the offense break, the Big Blue have definitely been doing great with the passing game. The run game, not so much, as we're going to see what Swampscott can do here. Now there's a little bit of pressure here for the Big Blue offense. They had a big play. You need to minimize that momentum as much as possible and get some more points on the board. And the blitz from the Vikings. Screen passes, ball is loose. Refs are going to signal it incomplete.
It's going to be an interception, I do believe, from Winthrop, actually. It might have been, I'm not 100% sure.
There's just going to be an incomplete pass there, Joey, as we're going to see the Big Blue on second down.
It looked almost like an interception because when I saw everyone come out of that little group there, a Winthrop player was indeed holding it.
You got to keep in mind there, as the pass might have been just short of the line of scrimmage. The referee's not going to call it, though. They're just going to say it's an incomplete pass, as it is rare to see those kind of fumbles there. So we're going to see the Big Blue on second and long.
Big Blue's got to up their game here, especially their
Bombarda
offense.
snap back, caught by Bascon. Haven't seen him. Bascon going outside. Great play. Hesitation step going out right. Ball is loose.
Not again for the Big Blue.
Second fumble for the Big Blue. Which way is it? I haven't seen a signal yet. It's Vikings football. The Big Blue are stunned.
Dude, the Big Blue just got to stop doing this type of stuff. That's 2 times, 2 quarters. That never happens, even in professional football, college football, every type of football. You maybe see 1 fumble in a game, usually not even. But 2 fumbles from the exact same team. Honestly, this is just really bad for the Big Blue right now.
Great play out of 61 there to force the fumble. I'm beyond shocked. 2 fumbles out of the Big Blue in the first half, and they are keeping the Vikings in this game, Joey. As you're going to see the Vikings offense come back out now. Now is when they need to build this momentum. They got the big play. They forced the fumble. A touchdown here, and Vikings are in control of this game, Joey. Keeping in mind, I believe the Big Blue did start with the ball, too. So if they score here, force a stop, get the ball back in the second half, this game might be over. As you see the HB handoff going outside on the left side, and it's brought down thanks to the help of Ty Bush.
This could and would be a complete blowout by the Big Blue, but the Big Blue is unintentionally completely helping Winthrop with the flags, the fumbles, all of that. Big Blue could have a much higher lead right now. All they have to do is just improve that. Yet again, they are a second half team, so we're going to be seeing a lot better later on, hopefully. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for Winthrop.
See the Vikings huddle taking an extra minute there. They need to get some points here, Joey. The momentum is going their way. The Big Blue fans need to help out the Big Blue, for sure. This is all mental here, Joey. We've seen penalties, we've seen fumbles. Now it's how do you come back after getting knocked down twice? As you see the snap taken, HB toss. Great blocking, going out right, and help to be brought down thanks to the help of Delicio, it looks like. Which is going to be number 59. I believe that's Morse, my apologies. Nope, Dylan Lucas. My apologies. Great play out of Lucas, the sophomore, for the Big Blue.
Unfortunately,
that is going to move the chains there, Joe. It's going to be first down for the Vikings, entering the red zone of the Big Blue.
A certain player for the Big Blue, I don't know who, almost got tackling him, and actually it was going to be a loss of yards, but jumped, dived, and missed just barely.
First and 10 here for the Vikings in an interesting formation. In motion number 0, handoff inside to number 8. And still on his feet, able to carry the whole Big Blue for an extra couple of yards, as that snap is going to be taken by Nick Romano, the senior for the Vikings.
This would, I honestly don't know what to say. I'm still shocked by that fumble from earlier.
Vikings in the huddle. Let's see what the junior quarterback Charlie Ferreira can do for the Vikings. Now in the red zone officially, Joe. Let's see what they can do.
Big Blue needs to up their game somehow, some way. I'm not sure how they could or if they could, but they definitely need to step up right now.
Taken and brought down for a modest gain. Might have been a QB rush just to get that first down, as that will move the chains another 10 yards. First down for the Vikings. Vikings starting to build some momentum on offense as they're going to try and come away with a lead here with another touchdown.
The Vikings are getting dangerously close to getting it to be able to be in complete touchdown territory right now. Big Blue need to up their game as of right now, or else tides are going to change and the Vikings are going to be taking the lead for the first time this game.
Snap taken, handed off to number 0 on the left side, and able to carry a couple players for about another yard. It's going to be a small gain there out of the Vikings. Let's talk about the formation there, Joey. A very interesting formation. I've never seen anything quite like it, with a huge offensive line with 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback and 1 receiver out left. I wonder if the Big Blue were prepared for that one. It's worked so far, getting the first down and gaining another couple of yards. Let's see what they can do here. 7 minutes left in the first half.
The Vikings were quite prepared for that. I think now they're trying to pour all of what they can into their offense rather than their defense.
Fans starting to get on their feet here. Big Blue defense needing a little bit of help.
Not a lot of fans, though. Unfortunately, we definitely need to hear more than that.
In motion, number 0. Snap taken. HB toss on the left side. And brought down. Brought out of bounds, excuse me. As that's going to be another play taken by Sean Dolan, the captain for the Vikings. It's going to be 3rd and short here. Probably in 4-down territory here, Joey.
Not 100% sure. I'll agree with you on that. I do believe that Winthrop, based on what they've shown earlier on in this game and just in this drive specifically, they definitely have the potential to get this first down. Even if it does go to a 4th down, they're going to go for it regardless.
This formation again. Snap taken inside. Is brought down for a stop. Great play out of the Big Blue defense.
Looks like it's going to be either 4th and 1, maybe.
It's going to be 4th and short
gain
there.
Yeah, something along the lines.
Big Blue need 1 more stop. This is where you have to expect the fans to be at their loudest here, Joey. We're heading toward the 6-minute mark left in the first half. Big Blue definitely want to try and get another drive going on offense. They've been passing great, Joey. Just the simple mistakes, the flags, and the 2 fumbles by Gruthius and Baskin have really cost them.
Yeah, the Big Blue just needs to kind of up their game right here, right now, because this is a real live game right now. They need to treat this like this is the last game they'll ever play if they want to try and actually turn this thing around right now. It's 4th and 1. Chances that they're going to be able to stop it aren't high, but they're not nothing. The Big Blue has done something like that before, and they could do it again.
Big Blue defense really hoping for a 0 in motion. Slowing it down. And timeout called by the Vikings. They're going to regroup here. This is huge. The Big Blue defense have been struggling. They have shown a little bit of life here, and then they forced the 4th down. They need to capitalize on it here, Joey. What else have you seen so far in this game?
I've been seeing a lot from Winthrop just during the specific drive. They've been able to kind of push forward and keep being the aggressor towards Swampscott, definitely putting Swampscott under a lot of pressure, which is definitely not something that we want to be seeing here, or even the players, coaches, fans seeing here for Swampscott. They're known for Swampscott when it comes to a home game to plow the other team and completely shred through them. But in this scenario, I think it's going to be a pretty even matchup here tonight.
So you see the Big Blue defensive huddle. Fourth and 2 for the Winthrop Vikings.
1 yard is all it needs, all it takes to be able to get to 1st and goal. Will Winthrop be able to do it? That is the question for us down here at the field today and you viewers watching at home. Chances are they are,
Hands
since
on
they're
their
going
feet.
complete.
In motion. And snap taken and it's brought down. I believe he'll pick up the first down.
They will indeed. It's going to be 1st and goal. If we're going to want to be really technical with it, it should be around 1st and 2 for Winthrop. Because they only need 2 yards. Never mind, they need 5 yards to go for it.
Unlucky out of the Big Blue defense. Let's see what they can do here. Led by the coaches. The coaches are going to need to figure out what the Big Blue defense can do to force the stop here. The Vikings defense did it earlier this game on Groothius, forcing the fumble. Let's see if the Big Blue can return the favor.
I think the Vikings are definitely going to have a 100% touchdown here. They keep running the exact same play over and over again.
And brought down. To be brought down maybe for a gain of about 1.
Going to be a gain about 3 instead of being 1 and 3. It's going. 1 and 6. It's going to be 1 and 2. This is definitely unfavorable for the Big Blue. The Winthrop here is going to be getting this touchdown because they just keep running the exact same defensive yet offensive play exact same. They're putting all their players up front just to be completely blocks and shields for the person whoever's running the ball.
You see goal line formation taken by the Vikings, rolling out right and brought down.
Going to be a touchdown
for the Vikings. Vikings able to capitalize off of another mistake from the Big Blue as they're going to take the lead and get the ball at half. We got 3:50 left in the first half. The Big Blue need to build up a good drive. They do, I believe, have 2 of their 3 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken here, Joey. Let's see what they can do.
It's definitely a sad and embarrassing moment for the Big Blue, seeing as how they came off such a big win last week against a 5-0 team, and the chances that they lose to this team, they probably weren't thinking coming high, but now it seems about even odds, about 50-50 chance that either team could win. Scoreboard not being updated might mean that there was a flag on the carry.
As the scoreboard did just get updated.
Never mind. My apologies.
Not sure why that didn't update. Give us a second there.
It should say 13 there. It is. All right. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game.
So we can see a PAT coming here out of the Vikings.
It's crazy how similar their PAT looks to their actual normal plays on offense.
And the kick taken is blocked by the Big Blue.
That's going to be really good for the Big Blue.
A little bit of momentum there, Joey.
Say again, Paul?
Cutting down the momentum there a little bit as I cut you off. My apologies. Continue.
Definitely, definitely. But this could give a chance for the Big Blue to actually be in the lead rather than just tying up with Winthrop, which will put them at an advantage later on in the game. That means that from now on, the Vikings would definitely need to be going for a 2-point conversion to get ahead of the Big Blue whenever they score a touchdown, if the Big Blue scores touchdowns. Kickoff here for the Vikings, who, as we've seen already, are very well known to go for short, stimpy kicks. Not going too far, not going too short, kind of trying to find a median so that their players can reach the ball before the Big Blue can even touch it.
As their first kick of the game, keep in mind, did go out of bounds. So let's see what they can do here. Kick looks like it's going to be taken by number 7. That is going to be Dominic Spineo, the junior. Fan starting to get a little loud as the kick is high and returned by Bascon coming out. Bascon going out left. Has some room in front of him. Will go out of bounds. Some extra fighting, it looks like. Might be a flag, no flag call. A little extra hands thrown there out of the Vikings.
Bascon definitely could have ran for a few more yards. There was kind of like a tiny little slip that he would have been able to slip through, but I believe he believed it was in his best interest to kind of slow down and just take the yards that he had gained.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here out of the Big Blue.
let's hope what happened last drive for the Big Blue does not happen again, as it's been 2 drives out of their, I think, seemingly 4 now, have resulted in fumbles and actually touchdowns for Winthrop.
Bush in the backfield once again for the Big Blue. Winthrop with another blitz. Snap taken, hand out to Bush, brought down for a gain of 1.
So Paul, they have infinite blitzes. You can use them however many you want.
It's going to be correct there, Joey. As either team can basically do whatever they want as long as it's within the flag, like as long as it's not a flag there. They can't jump offside with a blitz. If they time it up, they can send the whole team on a blitz if they wanted to. Joey.
Thank you for clarifying. I'm sure it's helpful not only just for me, for the people at home. Seems they might be going for another blitz here yet again, because based off the players' positions.
Looks like they call an inaudible there for the Big Blue, recognizing the blitz once again. And throw taken, and Duffy can't grab it. The throw is a little bit ahead of him.
Would have been a first down for the Big Blue if Duffy could have just got that pass. Unfortunately, there was just a little bit too far ahead of him.
You can't only discredit the wide receiver there, Joe. It was a little in front of him. Duffy reaching out with one hand, not able to grab it. Was in too much momentum to go for a dive, and that's why he couldn't make it in. As we're going to see 3rd and 6 here coming up for the Big Blue.
8 yards is all they need to get a first down here. Can the Big Blue be able to do it? Yet again, it's probably the question everyone down here is asking, and you folks at home. The stands here are just not loud enough for the Big Blue to actually get this into their mental state.
Bombarda, great catch by Duffy. Duffy got up high there as the ball was just over his head, able to get the first down for the Big Blue.
Jack Duffy, also known well as the Duff Master at Swampscott High School, is doing pretty good out here tonight as he was able to
coming back. Great catch and double coverage.
Took 3 players to take him down. Great there from Duffy.
I'm going to point out something here by the Winthrop defense that's been scaring the Big Blue a little bit, what I've noticed. Nick Romano, the senior, number 8 out of the Vikings, has been faking and blitzing every other play, and it's been working. It's going to be 1st and 10 here out of the Big Blue. Bascon in motion. He's going for another blitz. Bush out left. And we'll let it brought down for a gain of about 5. Second and 5 coming up for the Big Blues, trying to build up a good drive here. Need to get something positive going into the locker room. Bush in the backfield once again. Snap taken, handoff. No, fake handoff to Delano. Great catch by Delano right in his chest. Great pass from Bombarda. That'll move the chains once again. It's going to be a 1st and 10. There's 8 again with the fake blitz. Not able, falling for the fake. Delano open. Great find from Bombarda. He takes another snap. Bombarda looking for some help. Will take it himself. Bombarda going out right, tripping, and is brought down for a big gain. Didn't catch all of it. Bombarda looking for a pass. Not able to find anything. Takes it himself up the middle. Big Blue running a no huddle. 1 minute left in the first half. Swampscott want to get points here at the end of this. At the end of the half. Bombarda hands it off to Bush. Bush brought down for a small gain. Might see a Swampscott timeout. Timeout, Swampscott. That's going to be their second. Big Blue obviously need to get some points going as they're going to have 1 timeout left in the first half, as timeouts do refresh every half. Big Blue huddle, they need to get something going. The Big Blue have been keeping the Vikings in this game, and as Joey did previously say, they are a second half team, but you can't be relying on that, especially if the Big Blue are trying to win some games on a good basis. Whistle blown as we'll be getting back underway momentarily. Big Blue offense. 20 seconds left. Swampscott running out a lot of clock. Handoff taken by Bush. Bush going up the middle for a good gain. Brought down. Timeout called, I believe. Timeout Swampscott. That's going to be their last of the first half. It's going to be first and goal at the 5-yard line, I want to say. Swampscott huddling with their last timeout, and you have to give them on, even if they don't get it on the first play. If it's an incomplete pass, the clock is stopped, and they're able to get another play, assuming the clock doesn't hit triple zeros. If it's a run or it's a sack, the clock runs. Swampscott have no timeouts. They can't stop the play unless they spike it. But a sack here, the Vikings are going for a sack to get this clock running and end the first half on a high note. Let's see what Swampscott do here. You have to expect the pass here out of Lombardo. Bush in the backfield, Ruthius on the right. We have Duffy, Bascon, and Delano. And handoff Bush. Bush up the middle. He's down. Touchdown, Swampscott. Swampscott needed it. Swampscott got it. As they tie up the game with the PAT to take the lead going into halftime. Keeping on the Vikings do get the ball.
All right, make another
in the
prediction.
second half to start. Swampscott, that took guts on the run. I wasn't expecting that personally.
Well, I
They
mean,
had
we're
to
definitely
get
going
in
to get a
there.
point right
Bush
now, bro. It's
fighting,
Will
brought down in the end zone just over as he's going to score. PAT coming up for Will Rowe. If the Big Blue didn't get that and they were short, they wouldn't have been able to get another playoff, and that would have been it for the first half. That was a bold play call out of Coach Bush. Rowe on the PAT as the kick is up. And the kick is good. The Big Blue will take the lead entering halftime with 6 seconds left in the first half. As make sure to stay tuned during halftime, as we're gonna have a little halftime interview with Joey Blood down at the field waiting for us as this half comes down to an end. You see Coach Bush with the huddle. You cannot let anything happen here crazy if you're the Big Blue. If the Vikings get a kickoff return, that will be huge. So that is what cannot happen if you're Swampscott. They need to get a simple kick down the middle, get some timeout. If they can prevent the Vikings from getting a playoff, that would be ideal if you're Swampscott. 6 seconds left in the first half. Rowe kicking for the Big Blue. The kick is up, caught. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Going outside, has a little bit of room. Click, clock hits 000. 2 flags thrown simultaneously. That might have been a block in the back against the Vikings. Not 100% sure. As we see some hands thrown, Vikings looking for a fight in front of the Big Blue sideline. Words exchanged from both sides. Refs in a huddle on the bottom of your screen right above the scoreboard. Swampscott pleading their case. As that will do it for the first half. The penalty was against the Vikings. Block in the back. Penalty is declined. That'll do it for the first half. An exciting one. Swampscott lead by 1. Vikings get the ball in the second half. As we're going to cut it down to Joey. Joey, what have you liked so far about this game?
And that is going to be it for the first half here down at Bloxage Field. The score is going to be 14-13, Swampscott being up by 1. Quite the crazy first half. A lot of it, though, was definitely unfortunate for both teams. You were able to see a lot of tactics that you wouldn't see, that you wouldn't be seeing anywhere else from any other team from, I do believe we're going against Winthrop here tonight, which is true. Winthrop, it's going to be they're the 13 specifically. We're the 14, which is great to see. Honestly, just a great game overall. We're in the lead right now. It's always a great thing for you people at home to see, because I assure you that you're probably loving this game just as much as I am. There's definitely emotional moments, upsetting, exciting, all of the above. But we got to get to our band here, our halftime shows. They're going to be able to do wondrous things here tonight, so let's just get right over and into that now.
Thank you.
And welcome back to the second half of this game. This is going to be our third quarter here tonight at the Loxage Field. We're going to be seeing a huge change from the Big Blue as soon as possible. So the Big Blue really need to take care of this. They need to actually start stopping the flags, which is going to sound weird. Completely stopping the flags. No more fumbles. They got to turn this game around, and they can't let something like that happen. That dude ran for way too long and got through too many of them. He somehow find a pocket to just slip through. Did it. Went through probably about 6 players, maybe 7, Paul. I don't know. Maybe even 8. Any of those. A lot of players. Paul, what do you think about that kickoff that just happened?
It's an all right kickoff. A solid return for the Vikings. Need to get some momentum back and going. That touchdown at the end of the first half was huge for Swampscott. That kept them in the game. That minimized the momentum going into halftime. Swampscott, a second half team, as you said. They need to regroup and figure out what they can do to come away with this game.
That was indeed definitely a turning point for Swampscott. It definitely made me feel a little bit more back into this game as Bush had a great touchdown there. Multiple back-to-back just runs. Great things. Bascon, I believe maybe even Delano got a run in there. But Bush just sent it off, being grabbed from behind. One player grabbing him, another one coming from the side. He lunges for it, gets it right as the third player is coming down on him, just gets about his pectorals and above over the side along with the ball just for a touchdown as the referee signaled as we're going to be deep down. This is not the best position for Winthrop. They are quite far as we're going to be going from 1st and 10 to around 2nd and 8, maybe 2nd and 9. Already, I'm noticing an entire change here from the Big Blue defense. As in the last drive that we saw from Winthrop, they were not able to kind of put up with what Winthrop was doing, all their little sneaky, tricky plays. They're going to let that guy run. That's definitely not good for Swampscott. I'm going to need no more of that from the rest of this game here for Swampscott. I'm going to need Swampscott to get ahead. But for Winthrop, that is going to be great for them, as that was a run by, I believe, yet again, number 0, who is unfortunately not on our roster.
Great play there from number 0. It was a nice slide tackle. I'm not sure if you saw it from behind from Will Bush, shutting down the big play, but let's see what the Vikings can do here. As I believe that was a penalty that's going to go against the Vikings offense.
At the end of last quarter, I don't know if you caught it, Paul, but everyone from the Big Blue side was kind of booing and saying a lot of rude things that I personally would not approve of towards Winthrop, but it seems as if they've kind of stopped that and more of a so I've started cheering for the Big Blue rather than saying anything about the Vikings.
So is that what the Vikings were getting mad at the end of the first half, you're saying, when they were getting into, when they were throwing a couple of hands?
Yeah, that could probably be it. I would assume that's so.
So now if any of the Big Blue coaches now watch this stream, which they very well could, Joey, the players can thank us for running them out if that was true, not 100%.
No, not the players. I'm talking about the kids here in the stands.
Oh, I understand. Okay, my apologies. I mean, that's what the fans need to do, right? They need to get in the heads of the Vikings, maybe not talk as much trash as they might.
They did do a good job at it, though, as we were able to see Bush slip through players as they had no clue what was going on.
2nd and 14.
Put an end to it quick, but not quick enough for them to not gain any yards on the carry.
Nice tackle by Ty Bush there, the Big Blue.
That was, yet again, I agree, that was a pretty good tackle there by Ty Bush. It's going to be great to see him get some play time, and seeing as how I believe he's only a sophomore.
Going out left is already tripping. Ty Bush finished the job and brought him down.
That is good job for the Big Blue, though. Yeah, as only a sophomore, it's pretty great to see him getting play time alongside other sophomores being Will Rowe and, I believe, a lineman.
It's a great sophomore class here, Joe.
Yep, Dylan Lucas, the 3 sophomores. Great to see that on varsity. A lot of potential here for the next years coming along.
So next year, the Big Blue looking to get even better. Not a ton of seniors this year out of the Swampscott Big Blue, but also our juniors. Next year, we know what they are capable of, how hard they've worked over the past 4 years, and how dangerous they're going to be next year.
Real quick, this is just a So this is going to be a tricky situation for both sides here. It is 4th and 1. I need to hear the stands get loud. I need to hear them get excited.
Bombarda calling for it. Coaches calling for it. Anthony Rappaport calling for it.
It's going to be a timeout here.
Wow, that's not going to be great to see.
This early on, it's going to be a timeout, I believe, called by, waiting for the ref to say something.
By the Vikings, Joey.
By the Vikings.
That is not what you want to see, a timeout there. I mean, if you want to regroup and go for it, by all means, but that might come back to bite them at the end of this game.
I think that timeout might have saved them there, as you were actually able to see one of the refs. I don't know if we caught it on camera, but one of the refs threw a flag right after the timeout was called. Either save the Big Blue or the Winthrop, maybe from a false start. Fourth and 1, yet again, not a position either team wants to be in, as the Big Blue, if they do get it, it'll be a first down, and for Winthrop, if they don't get it, it will be a turnover. Big Blue's already going to come on out.
Fans
they know
need
what
to get
they're
back
gonna do.
in here, Joey.
Yeah, the fans need to get real. They need to realize that this is a very important possible turning point in the entire game, as they're far down into Winthrop's own red zone if Swampscott were to receive the ball. I'm not hearing a lot of cheering. I'm mainly hearing boos.
QB sneak taken, brought down.
Pushed back. This might be a turnover.
Forward progress. Did he get it?
It is going to be a first down, I believe
Yes,
so.
it was. They'll move the chains. Unfortunate. Just able to get it with the forward progress.
Unfortunate play there, as they quite literally gained 1 yard on the carry.
Well, on the play there, Joey, you're not expecting a big play. The QB sneak is one of the best plays to gain that 1 yard. We see the Philadelphia Eagles do a great job with it. They call it the 92% play. Able to get that QB sneak 92% of the time, and it's unstoppable. It's been the most controversial play in football.
Quite the statistic, as you did just give us, Paul. That's probably why they're using it, honestly. We're going to be yet again seeing another play here. It's going to be a run to the right like they usually do. He's going to go way too far. The Big Blue need to put this guy down. He's doing way too much. He's done way too much already, I believe, with the first touchdown of the game being done by the captain, Dolan. He's done a lot of great first downs, a lot of runs. Every time he runs the ball, every time, maybe if he gets a pass, it just goes way too far for the Big Blue. The Big Blue are going to need to do something to turn around here. But as we were able to see, the Big Blue offense actually did stop most of the players. Unfortunately, he was able to just slip tiny through right before, I believe, Jason Mail was going to get the tackle on it.
1st and 10 here once again for the Vikings.
The Vikings are definitely going to be looking pretty good during this half. A run along the right side. He's going to almost be put down by Von Hazel, but it's going to run out. It's going to be stopped by number 8 for the Big Blue. That's going to be
section number 9 there,
Riddell.
Joey Ty Bush.
Oh, sorry. His shirt was kind of up more, so it kind of looked like an 8 from my perspective. Yes, that is going to be number 9. My apologies, by Bush. It's going to be a 4-yard gain on the carry there. That's going to be very good for the runner of that play and for Winthrop. This is going to be able to do a lot for them. Big Blue defense definitely is going to need to step it up here and realize that they are only going for runs thus far. I don't think we've seen a single pass yet. Yet again, another run, this time on the right. Number 8, giving it to him. Quite the tall stature he has. He towers over every other player on the team and the Big Blue, except for Jason Mail, the 2 giants, honestly.
A first down there for the Vikings, starting to get some momentum, driving down the field on offense. Still in their own territory, but that may change coming up on the next play.
1st and 10, all thanks to Romano for that run, or Romano, my apologies if I'm saying it wrong. Big Blue with some toxic chants asking them to throw the ball, but I believe Winthrop's going to stay to what they're doing. They're going to be safe, and they're going to try their best to stay in the
Winthrop has
position
been running a very consistent playbook of two different plays there, I want to say, Joe.
Big Blue's going to be on him right here. Barely going to let him get any yardage here. Yet again, number 0.
You see him roll out left. Not sure as he hits the ground a couple yards on the game.
pretty much ran in a straight line all the way across until right about the end there. There's still going to be, I think it was, my apologies, it was about 2-yard gain on the carry. It's going to be 1st and 8.
It's gonna be 2nd and 8 there, Joey.
Oh, yep, 2nd and 8. My apologies, according to the markers on the field. Starting to hear some chants now, finally from the Big Blue.
Keeping in mind it is 2nd and 8. The scoreboard at Biloxi is not updated. Another run, shocking by the Vikings.
Different play, though, also quite shocking. Not a
That
first
was a
down, though.
big
Gonna be
tackle.
brought down by Delano. Yet again, as we've seen tonight, he's a monster on the field, an absolute force to deal with. Seems as if the ball and players just kind of attract to him like he's some sort of magnet in their metal.
So it looks like they both went airborne there for a split second. There's a little over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Still scoreless in the second half. Vikings taking their sweet old time, running the ball every single play, getting kind of repetitive. The fans are sick of it, Joey. You can hear their frustration.
The fans from both Swampscott and Winthrop are sick of it because the Winthrop team and
Well, if
their
you're
fans.
Winthrop, if it's working, it's working.
It's
You really
working,
don't
but
mind.
I've stopped hearing chants completely from Winthrop, booing
3rd
Swampscott
and
or
6.
chanting for them. Gonna be straight down the middle, not expected. He's gonna run way too far. The Big Blue not doing the best at their defense right there. Yet they did show pretty well out, but it's going to be a first down yet again, run by the tall, the scary Romano. The Big Blue is a second half team, but I'm going to need them to prove that statement here tonight, as it seems as if they're not acting any different than they did in the first half. It's going to be 1st and 10 around the 34-yard line.
Snap taken, HB Thomas.
The Big Blue needs to get to these players sooner because this is, oh, my apologies there for the stutter. But if this keeps happening, this is just going to result in a touchdown yet again for Winthrop, and I know that's going to be devastating to Swampscott. It's going to take a lot more time, or a lot less time, rather, for them to be able to counter and actually score the next touchdown, because they don't take their time just by running over and over like Winthrop. They pass the ball. They'll mix up their plays. Meanwhile, Winthrop is just staying to the same two, running left or running right, and somehow it keeps working. At this point, if I'm a coach, I'm going to completely turn around, and I'm going to recognize that they are running literally the exact same two plays over and over. I'm going to try and adjust my defense for what I can. But they're just going to get right back into it here. Yet again, another run. Completely put down that time, though, for maybe a tiny bit of gainage on the carry. It's going to be 3 and 3 here now, I believe. I did see the marker move up just by 1.
The Vikings have held position all the third quarter. I've almost run down an entire quarter, Joey. 2/3 of the way done so far, with a little under 4 minutes now and running.
I'm going to need to hear yet again the fan section from Swampscott start cheering now.
3rd and
This
3.
could definitely be a turning point from the game, a complete turnover. This will change everything if the Big Blue can stop a push here and maybe even keep them in their exact position or push them back a few yards. It's going to be a run yet again on the right side. He's going to be able to get that first down. Yet again, number 0. I'm seeing definitely not the best play there from Rowe.
Good tackle from Michigan, however. It's going to be 1st and 10 once again for the Vikings. And I believe they will have a first down and gain at around the 8-yard line as they're on the 18.
The one thing I'm noticing from the Big Blue that's probably holding them back right now is they're not really trying to wrap up and hold them and then throw them down. They're kind of just diving into the tackle, which is not something you really want to do, especially from a range that isn't right next to him. I feel like that's probably the reason why Rowe missed the tackle there, which is unfortunate. Going to be a run straight through the middle, Romano.
So we approach 9 minutes of total possession for the Vikings. Another run.
It's going to be put down right immediately. It's going to be second and 7 for Winthrop. The Big Blue needs to change what they're doing here. It's not working. I'll be honest, if the Big Blue do lose this game, I'm going to assume that a lot of people are not going to be happy here, Paul.
It's not going to be happy here in Bloxage Field. The Big Blue fans might be devastated. Obviously, favorites entering this game. Let's see how they can respond and get a stop on defense. They're looking for a pass. And brought down. Big sack from Swampscott.
That is the play that we need to see here.
Now, Joey, let me point this out to you. Notice the first pass in the quarter was a sack. The Big Blue have been waiting all quarter for that and took advantage.
Try and watch Lucas here. As he was the one that got this. He wasn't. It was not. It was number 4. It was Bush who got the tackle.
Looks like it was a
Lucas
combined.
joined in right after he wrapped around. Right after Bush wrapped around. He was right there. He ripped the ball out of his hands, but it was a bit too late as he already hit the ground.
Great play from the Big Blue defense, and now this complicates things, right? If you're the Vikings, you ran every play, you made a pass, and now you're at 3rd and 16. You obviously can't run, so now you need to pass again. But the last pass didn't work, and whistle blown.
They were going to plan to go for another run on the carry there, but a whistle is going to be blown. It's going to be a timeout yet again here
By the Vikings. That's their second timeout, Joey. They're really going all in on this drive. We still have a whole another quarter of football.
We do indeed. Wasting all your timeouts in the pretty much first quarter of this half.
In the third quarter.
Well, it's the first quarter of this half specifically. My apologies for not just saying third quarter. That might have been confusing. It's probably in your best to correct me there. Thank you for that. But yeah, wasting all of them in the beginning of the second half is definitely not something you want to see. As this is only the third quarter, and as you did say, there is a whole nother quarter to play. So they kind of got to keep that in mind. Maybe they'll save that last timeout for then, or maybe they really just want to get this touchdown here and put themselves back in the lead.
Let's see here. It's going to be a complicated touchdown, 3rd and 16, as they went all in. Keep on the Big Blue run game is starting to work. They've shown a little bit of signs of life. In the fourth quarter, they're going to run the ball down as much as they can, try to take a page out of the Vikings playbook. But the first they need to hold them off here, and that's priority number 1 on the clipboard.
Going to be back on the field. Timeout's over. So Winthrop's sitting in play. Probably going to be another run based on what I'm expecting. Could be a pass, but if it's a pass, we might be seeing the exact same thing that we saw last time with Lucas and Bush. Pass for Winthrop, gone far, way too far. Maybe this is why they don't do passes, is that it's going to be this is not going to be good.
That throw was way over as we're going to take a look at the replay.
It's going to be 4th and 16. You'll watch, pass the ball to a different player, back up a little bit, throws the ball way too far. Both reach out for it. If anyone was going to touch the ball or even catch it there, it would have been Ty Bush.
4th and 16 is going to be a tricky one here for the Vikings. Fans need to get on their feet. If everything goes right, the Big Blue will get the ball back. Vikings went all in, didn't cash out, and now they're going to need to find a way to get this game out from behind.
I mean, the Vikings could have it here. We've seen some crazy things from players like number 0, Romano, and I believe his last name was Dolan. That is correct, Captain Dolan. We've seen some crazy runs. They're going to go for another pass here. That's not good for the Big Blue.
Not good at all. And
they're going to get that first down here, I believe.
It's going to be close.
They're going to go get that first down. That's going to be awful for Winthrop. Swampscott cannot do that ever again. They need to stop just jumping at players. They need to actually try and grab them and wrap them up. If they keep jumping at these players, the same thing's going to happen over and over again, and they will lose this game.
Very dangerous play out of the Big Blue, but it worked. It's fine. They forced this turnover on downs, but if they didn't get that first sack at the first play in that part of the drive, they would have scored a touchdown there. That sack on their first pass attempt was risky. It didn't work, and now the Big Blue have the ball. The pass game has been working for Swampscott. This is their first drive of offense, so they might be a little rusty, so let's see what they can do. Handoff Bush.
And he might go all the way for it. Will Bush looking at no one to stop him. And finally stopping him after, what, about 40, 60, 50, I don't know how many yards, a crazy amount of yards. Is going to finally be put down like the mad dog he is by Nick Correa Sr. from Winthrop. Great run there from Bush. Bush is doing amazing things tonight. He scored the last touchdown. He tried to do something like Noah Bascon did last game, and guess what? It almost worked out this time. He was just maybe, if he was an inch ahead,
he probably would have been able to escape that wrap up and continue moving on for there to be increased pointage and up Swampscott.
Swampscott, no rust shown at all. That was their first play of offense this half. And it's been around 20 to 30 minutes since they've gotten a play, and it was a huge one from Mo Bush. The snap is low.
Vombarda passes over to Bascon. A lot of Winthrop clueless, not knowing what to do. Bascon getting wrapped up.
Bascon's still on his feet.
5 players before 3 all come at him at the exact same time. It's still, regardless, going to be a gain on the carry of 2.
Clock running down to around under 20 seconds. They, I believe, don't have to get a playoff, and it doesn't look like they will. Take the extra second, regroup. They do want to run some clock out here, but if they can get a touchdown, all for it. They just need to be a little careful of what the Vikings can do. They haven't gotten the pass game to work at all. They got that 15-yard catch, but it was short of the first down. That's big sack from Swampscott. Set the tone in that drive, showing if you want to run the ball, all for it. If you want to pass, we're there every play of the game. And that set the tone, and it will ultimately be the reason why the Big Blue may come away with this game.
Right now, as it's looking, the Big Blue being in the lead will give them a chance to actually put themselves ahead of this game. We're gonna take a tiny short little break between this and the next fourth quarter. We'll be right back with you momentarily.
We are here in the fourth quarter. It's been an exciting one as the handoff is faked. Vombarda trying to drag the defender and brought down. Nice tackle from the Winthrop defender. Vombarda on the read option. May not have been the correct read there, Joey. What was your takeaway on that? And what is your overall thoughts of the third quarter?
Third quarter was definitely not bad. It was mainly centered around Winthrop, but that last kind of like play there from Bush right before the end of it was pretty well there. Was able to actually drive them up tons and tons of yard to put them in an area where they can actually get ahead here, but they're going to get up by 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now for the Big Blue.
3rd and 7 here for the Big Blue. They definitely need this first down. They don't want to give this ball back to the Vikings. As the pass over to Gruthius. Nice blocking. Gruthius up center. He's got room.
Going for the touchdown.
Is in.
Gruthius is in for the touchdown for the
Swampscott.
Big Blue. That's going to be great there for Swampscott. Paul, I know you're quite excited about that, so I'll let you take this away.
Absolutely. What a play. Great design play out of Coach Bush as we take a look at that replay. They went for the pass, right? Vombarda found Gruthius. Blocked by Bush. That was a great block on the bottom of your screen. Gruthius has no one in front of him. He is gone.
2 players jumped at Gruthius. The entire other team confused, wondering what's going on, what's happening, how did he get the ball? Everyone's distracted except for the one guy near the end zone and just couldn't get to him in time to wrap him up and bring him down for a touchdown for Swampscott.
So Swampscott here could go for the PAT to make it an 8-point game, or they could go for 2 if they want to play a little more aggressive and make it a 2-possession game. Looks like they will elect for the PAT.
Probably the better choice overall, as it is much safer.
As the kick is up and good. Swampscott lead by 8. They have the momentum. Winthrop get the ball with struggling offense. Let's see what they can do here in the rest of the fourth quarter, Joe.
Will Rowe, Mr. 100% right now. Doing great, as he has not missed a single field goal this entire game. Doing great for the Big Blue. Will Rowe is definitely probably one of the best, if not the best option for kicker.
Swampscott getting ready for the kickoff, taken by Rowe. The kick is up, down the center. Returned by the Vikings. Going out right, brought down from behind. Great tackle out of number 2, Cam Williamson. Great play out of Swampscott.
That's going to be great there for Swampscott, honestly, as you were just saying, Paul. Bringing them down around the 30-yard line, that's going to be able to set them up for some pretty good stuff here, specifically Swampscott, setting them up to be able to block Winthrop further and further. As we know, it took them around 11 minutes just to get the ball over to Swampscott, and there is a little less than 11 minutes here. So we could result in seeing just a touchdown, and maybe if they do get a touchdown and they do the same thing they
need to
did
go
last,
for the 2-point conversion.
they have to tie it up.
And Swampscott get another chance. The Swampscott offense has been great. 2 fumbles have really costed them, but overall it's been a great showing from the offense. As a run taken by the Vikings. Don't have all the time in the world, but will get brought down a yard short of the first down.
They're going to get the first down, actually, just by an inch or two. Just barely getting those 10 yards. We're going to watch that replay here as you just be able to see it just a tiny bit as he was just over the line when he ended up just on the line there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. In that formation again, they're likely going to be a run going out right. And tripping and brought down by Vaughn Hazel.
Hazel, an absolute asset to the defense, along
Senior
with many
captain
other
Vaughn
players.
Hazel.
Doing real great, showing Winthrop right now. Maybe we need to change the name from a second half team to a 4th quarter team, because what we've been seeing right now is a crazy turnaround.
Well, the Big Blue also didn't get a chance to prove himself in the 3rd quarter.
That is true.
Winthrop ran the ball. I mean, that formation could work on a lot of people. They just went full max protect up the middle, outside, just get runs. Gaining even 4 yards of play is good for Winthrop. That's how they play. That's how we've learned they play. It's frustrating, but if it works, it works.
It's definitely frustrating. I can imagine how the coaches are feeling.
Brought down for the tackle for loss. Sorry to cut you off there, Joey. What a play for Swampscott.
Yet again, Hazel on an amazing tackle. Might have even been a sack. Not 100% sure. Probably just a tackle, I believe. Number 0 took it away. Yep, given a 0. Hazel right in there like a bullet. Comes and takes down player 0.
Vaughn Hazel making himself known here in this 4th quarter, stepping up for the Big Blue defense when they need him the most. 3rd and long here for the Vikings.
Hazel definitely playing his part out here tonight, like every other player. Definitely showing why he's worthy to this team. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Snap taken, handoff out left. Gaining, flag thrown, brought down for running an 8-yard gain. That flag might have been holding. It might be called back. Let's see what the flag is here.
Hopefully for the Big Blue it's holding. Hopefully for Winthrop.
Offense. That's going to come right back.
It will be. That's going to be good. The question is, will the Big Blue accept or deny it? Because if they deny
obviously
it,
accepted, Joey.
If they do deny it, it puts them in a 4th and 4 position, though.
Well, I do believe the Big Blue would rather a 3rd and 20 than a 4th and 2.
That is fair. 3rd and 19, actually. Quite odd how. Quite odd, actually. Not 100% sure I understand.
Swampscott would love to see this clock roll down.
This will force them not to do their original run plays, though. They might actually.
No,
have
that's
to result in a
why
pass.
they accept. That's why they accepted the penalty there, Joey. Just so they can prevent the run from working and getting a 1st and 10. That 3rd and 19 was absolutely the right call from Coach Bush.
And if they do a run, I'm expecting Hazel, Bush, Lucas, Assad, anyone who's on the line right now, anyone who's in the back to just completely snipe down that player.
Snap taken, looking for a pass, stepping back, going deep. It's intercepted by Ty Bush.
Great, he's gonna run, he's gonna keep going.
As he goes out of bounds. That was not a great pass from the Vikings. Trying to be the most polite there. As we take a look at that play, step back,
throws up. It's a wobbly spiral. You can't see it, right into the arms of Ty Bush, who will come away with it for the Big Blue. That is huge, and that might decide the game right there, Joey.
Winthrop just proving to us why they don't pass, because every pass this game has resulted in a negative for Winthrop. Incomplete, loss of yards, whatever it may be. First it's a sack, then it's an incomplete pass, and now it's an interception for the Big Blue. They're just getting back for the fumbles they lost earlier.
Big Blue offense coming out here. A touchdown will likely seal it here. That's what they're going to be going for here, Joey. Lombarda, snap taken. Reed takes it himself, is brought down for a big loss.
Big loss of yards. We could be seeing another pass here, as it might be in best interest, because whenever
Well, you also
I just figured it out, Paul.
What did you figure out, Joey?
Whenever they do a blitz, that's when they have an extra player open, because they take one of those players in the back and they push him up forward. I just noticed that. That's my fault.
Lombarda coming back for a 2nd and long. He's got his receivers out, 4 wide, looking for a pass. Lombarda rolling out right. We'll check it down to Bush, the running back. Bush with some room in front of him. Bush will pick up the first down for the Big Blue.
Bush able to slip past a player as the player himself actually slipped past Bush, and actually able to truck a player into just getting a few extra yards, specifically 3, nailing that first down.
Looking good here for Swampscott. Just under 7 minutes left of regulation. Having the ball, driving down the field, just picked up a first down. A touchdown here will seal it, as I said moments ago, as we're going to see the Big Blue offense break up again.
If the Big Blue does indeed get a touchdown here, that will be pretty much the end of the game, because Winthrop has a history for driving slowly down the field, taking up almost entire quarters. And if they pass,
Lombarda hands it off to Bush up the middle. Brought down for a small gain, a couple of yards. Run some more clock down if you're Swampscott. That's best case scenario.
that is still quite some good yardage there, as there is a player down. We'll be right back with you shortly, as the players and the game are going to take a short little timeout and break.
Swampscott going 2nd and 6 coming up for the Big Blue. Bush in the backfield once again. What I've noticed, Joey, is Bush has been the bell cow running back. He's gotten every attempt, as it's a handoff inside to Bush. Bush with a gain of nothing. We haven't seen the second string running back get involved at all, I don't believe. Keep in mind, last year we saw Henry Beitler, the senior, just graduated. He was electric, but Bush still involved in the backfield. We haven't seen any of that. Bush has gotten the green light to take this backfield and run away with it.
I remember I saw Beitler after game once. I actually congratulated him, and he was exhausted. He couldn't even form
Well,
words.
running
It was
is one of the
crazy.
hardest positions, Joey. It's been proven that all those tackles, that running, it takes a tear on you.
It just makes it more impressive that these guys can do this for, what, the game started at 7?
Snap taken. Lombarda looking for a read. Caught by Delano. A little wobble. Delano is in. Touchdown! Swampscott. That's his 2nd of the game. Doyle Delano.
Great
ladies
job
and
from
gentlemen.
Delano. Exact same way as last time. It's almost like the stars have aligned twice for Delano. Able to somehow get that quick little stop, grab, turn around, pick up both his feet, and just sprint down into the end zone. Multiple guys staring at him, trying to come at him, but he just gets by. As we'll see in the replay here.
Delano have room in front of him. Great IQ from Delano. Untouched into the end zone. That's his 2nd of the game. What a performance from Doyle Delano.
absolutely amazing. Big Blue probably solidified this game from here on
Absolutely.
out, doubling the score
With
and
the PAT
more.
coming up.
Rowe, Mr. 100%, putting it up, and it's good. Great to see that.
Now you have to see the Big Blue offense coming up. That's job well done if you're Swampscott. Just need to run down the rest of the game. Winthrop, get a chance at the ball. Let's see what they can do with it. Offense has been struggling. They ran the whole third quarter. It didn't work out, and that's what won the game for Swampscott. Big Blue kickoff coming up here. 4:43 left in regulation as it's likely over here. Winthrop do get a chance. Let's see what they do with it.
Pretty great
Return
kickoff there
taken.
for the Big Blue.
And it's going to be brought down. Good tackle from Ty Bush and number 59, Dylan Lucas.
Four minutes and 34 seconds left on the clock. It might be hopeless for Winthrop. I can guarantee, though, if Swampscott gets this ball back and there's not a ton of time left, my apologies, the knee will be taken.
Vikings offense, they keep them and only have one timeout, Joey, thanks to the 2 timeouts they called in the third quarter when they went all in on that drive. It's been a completely different quarter. Snap taken, rolling out right. Great coverage. Passes almost intercepted from Bascon.
That would have been a great interception there. It is going to be an incomplete pass either way, so that is a gain for the Big Blue. That is an up. That is definitely the best of what they could have asked for.
Clock stopped there. You see the pass taken almost in Bascon's hands. It was broken up.
I don't know if you saw that, but there was a nasty play from Delano. Delano actually was being attacked by 2 players, and he rolled out to the side. He did a spin move, jumped at, literally dove in and jumped at the, my apologies, the quarterback, who I believe, sorry, we haven't said his name yet. His name is Charlie Ferreira, and put him under too much pressure to be able to make a permissible touchdown. Winthrop, their last timeout.
Winthrop with their last timeout. So you have 4:24 left in regulation. It's likely over. Let's see what the Vikings can do here with no timeouts. If they get a completed pass, Joey, and the clock is running, they need to do some no huddles. They need to pick up the pace. No mistakes here out of the Vikings. So we'll catch you right back after the timeout momentarily. Winthrop in their huddle. They're going to have to pick up the pace here, down 15. Swampscott, an absolute one-sided fourth quarter. Touchdowns from Delano and Ruthius, correct me if I'm wrong. Great play. What a game we've seen out of Bombarda. He is the reason we've seen this pass game be so elite, being able to extend the play. Snap taken, rolling out right on the run. Ball is loose!
Ball
and
is
it's
loose.
recovered from
fumble
Swampscott.
recovery. Oh my, holy.
Coach Bush jumping. And it's going to the Big Blue. What a play for the defense.
Players are ecstatic. Swampscott already celebrating. Winthrop heartbroken, heart-struck.
Great play from Dylan Lucas and John Delisio, forcing that fumble with the teamwork. Both will get credit for that, as it's just over 4 minutes. Swampscott going to run it out, and that will do it. statement made by Swampscott tonight, Joey.
Rayan Assad touching the ball for the first time tonight was actually the one who recovered the fumble. And that's just going to be great for the Big Blue.
Snap taken, handoff by Bush. And brought down for a small gain.
Not too many yards, but enough to still allow them to be able to push forward and keep Winthrop in a position where they cannot do anything.
Well, absolutely. It doesn't matter about the gains. If you're Swampscott, you've likely won the game with your 28 points. You just need to run down the clock. Don't let anything crazy happen, and that will be their game.
I think it's a little bit more than likely have won here, Paul, unless Winthrop can do complete Hail Marys and multiple interceptions, one side of the field, completely just kind of tossing it as far as possible. And this would be probably crazy if that were ever to happen, but it's well known that it's impossible right now based on Winthrop's pass, as none of them have been completed. One of them has resulted in a sack, and another has resulted in an interception.
Snap taken is almost caught. Duffy couldn't get a hand on it.
Close, very close. Definitely not what the Big Blue wants to see. I'm going to assume that the Big Blue want to get an extra touchdown here at the end of the game.
Swampscott away next week against Saugus, trying to build some momentum. They've had a great season so far, as they're just going to keep running down the clock, and they will be home the week after against the Witches.
They should be winning
Snap
here
taken.
Tonight, which will bring them to a
Lombardo
4-2
rolling out
record.
left is brought down. Forced fumble going back to the Vikings with just over 3 minutes left.
3 plays, 2 fumbles. Crazy there. That's going to be insane to see from Swampscott. Not another fumble. It's probably what some people at home are
Third
thinking. But
fumble for the Big Blue.
whatever it means, it really does not
That's
matter.
been their only red flag. Seen 3 flags. Sacked from behind. You have to wonder what happened with the blocking offensively.
Seems as if Lombardo was taken by a blind spot. Definitely unfortunate. Just 3 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Vikings offense back out.
All I know is that the Big Blue, everyone on that team is going to go home and they're going to have some of the best sleep of their lives. All these players
taken, rolling out right. He's got room in front of him. 1 man left to beat. That's Rowe going out left. Another long touchdown for the Vikings from number 0.
I don't believe if that happens again.
Well,
that would
Vikings down 15,
really
now
crazy.
down 9. Need to go for 2, or could go for 1 and then go for 2 after.
Could be possible, which is definitely not a favorable outcome for anyone from Swampscott in the stands, anyone from Swampscott on the field. The coaches would feel horrendous about this game if this was a turnaround and Winthrop won this right now.
Just under 3 minutes left. It's going to be very unlikely, keeping in mind the Vikings have no more timeouts.
I feel like the
could go for an onside. Let's see what they do.
I feel like the Big Blue, just maybe to get a point across, might try and score a touchdown instead of taking knees if they get the ball back.
You see the kick coming up for the Vikings. And the kick is up and good. It'll make it a 1-possession game.
And there we go.
Up 8. That makes things a little more interesting, Joey.
Say that one more time again, Paul. I didn't quite catch you there.
That makes things a little bit more interesting with the Vikings with a potential consolation touchdown, potential touchdown that might force an overtime. It's going to come down to the onside kick, I believe we'll be seeing coming up out of the Vikings.
That would be crazy to see in overtime. Honestly,
especially with the Big Blue with this offense, been doing such a good job. 3 fumbles, but besides that, they've been near perfect.
Is this going to be trying to figure out why the whistle was blown. I'm quite confused. All right, it's nothing. All right, they're going to come on out.
Kickoff coming up for the Vikings.
They're going to be going for an onside kick here. Risky, but possible.
Well, risky, but you have nothing to lose. You have. Oh, that's gonna cost them.
A false start is definitely not something
We
that they
didn't
want to
catch
see.
that on the camera,
Player
but number 0 jumped offsides.
Player number 0 has been feisty all game, but not at the right time, not right now.
That's going to push him back 5 yards as they redo it. Onside kick coming up. And the kick goes out of bounds, and that'll likely do it.
Swampscott should be the victor in the end here, unless yet again another fumble is forced or an interception.
Big Blue definitely going to try to run down the clock. A couple first downs, and that'll do it.
They just get 1, maybe 2 first downs. They can start taking these as many times as they want and signify the end of the game. Others are going to break out. Big Blues coming back onto the field, setting up, already ready. They already know what they're doing.
Likely going to be a run here. Let's see it.
Could be a run.
2:47 left in regulation.
Might be a pass. Depends on how the Big Blue is feeling.
Well, they're feeling like they want to play conservative, Joey, and run out this game and take it away. As they hand it off to Bush. Down the middle, brought down for a 1-yard gain.
Definitely playing it safe here with the Big Blue.
Well, absolutely no reason to pass here, Joey.
It is true.
We got 2nd and long coming up for the Big Blue. Lombarda, snap taken, handoff to Bush. Bush up the middle. Bush has room in front of him. Good blocking from Duffy as he slides down. Very wise decision. That's what being a team player is. You might have had the touchdown as I'll finish what I was saying. We might have had a touchdown. We'll slide and let it go as we see a player down, and we'll catch you right back after the quick break. He will walk it off under his own power, and love to see it out of number 55 for Swampscott. Fans start cheering as we see number 58 come in. So I believe that'll be Brendan Greco. Fans love to see it. Brendan Greco's first snap on varsity at center, if I'm not mistaken. Snap taken right into Bombarda's hands as the handoff's taken by Bush. One more first down, and I believe that's victory formation. Might not even need it. White checking back into the game for Greco. Second and 7 on the Winthrop 15. Fans starting to make themselves known, showing that the Big Blue have one. Neal taken from Bombarda. I believe he'll need one more, but that is victory formation, and that'll do it. little nerve-wracking at the end of that game, but the Big Blue will come away with it. It was a hard-fought game. It was close. Swampscott able to come away with it thanks to the home fans, thanks to believing in each other. Big plays we've seen. What a game out of Doyle Delano. What a game out of John Lombardo. Those two making themselves known on offense. Delano scoring 2 touchdowns. And we saw the only reason the Vikings were able to hold on was because of the 3 fumbles. But that will do it as the both teams come out for the final handshake. That'll do it for me, Bloomberg Business. We'll catch you as we're going to cut it down to Joey Blood at the field for a little post-game interview. As it was a hard-fought game, as the clock will hit triple zeros in 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it with a final score 28-20. You see both sides shaking hands. A hard-fought game. Big Blue able to persevere through it. They've had some obstacles during that game. Vikings did take the lead for a moment in that game. I was very nervous to see what the Swampscott would do to answer back. But what a fourth quarter we saw as we're going to cut it down to Joey. We're going to cut it down to Joey at the field momentarily. Swampscott will take it away by 8. They will face Saugus next week as we're going to cut it down to Joey. Joey, what did you see throughout that game?
Is that inch? Oh, sorry, folks. I wasn't really sure that we started yet. My apologies. Quite the turnaround here tonight, if I have to say so myself, with the final score of the game being 28-20 Big Blue, as they almost did get that last touchdown. If they weren't going to take that knee, they most likely were going to be able to do so. Yet again, quite the crazy turnaround. A lot of stuff there from both teams. We were able to see Winthrop play in quite a way that I've personally never seen on the field before, not even professional, college, high school, not even in middle school or even elementary football, in a way that I have never seen before. It was quite surprising, and it worked. It really worked. They were quite a tough opponent for us as Swampscott, but it was great to take away another win at home, as we were back-to-back winners here at home. I'm pretty sure the fans love it. But geez, what an exhilarating game, especially with that interception by Ty Bush. That changed the game. That is what brought us forward, and that is what made it everything different here tonight. Yet again, I'm sure Paul already said it, this yet again has been a great game, and we thank you so much for watching. Come back next week, as we have multiple games next week. We even have 2 on Friday, lacrosse and soccer. Those are definitely going to be things you want to see. One at 4:30, another at 7. Make sure to check in and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss anything. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely, Joyce. It's going to be a can't-miss week next week. The football team is away as they're going to face Saugus. The week after, they will be taking on the Witches the day before Halloween. It's going to be an exciting one with Salem and all their history on Halloween. But that'll do it for us at Swampscott Big Blue Athletics, as we're going to wish you a good night. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another game. And make sure to follow us on Instagram at Swampscott_TV for live updates. Have a good night and a great weekend.